Welcome everyone to the fourth round of Drift League 2026 here at Pembrey Circuit in Wales. It is going to be an amazing day. We're at Class 1. Class 2 yesterday, powered by PO Performance, was an insane performance from all the drivers, but we do have only two drivers joining us from Class 2 today, which is going to be Sergey and Matt Gell. Unfortunately, Alex Williams isn't available with us, but the weather is a bit cooler today. There is a 4% chance of rain as well, which hopefully it will not hit us, but the temperatures are looking pretty good, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to be here today. I'm Brandon Carter. I'm joined here with Harry Clayton, coming back again into the helm. How are you feeling?
Again, it's good to be back. This is my first pro day back since I passed the torch to you. So I'm quite happy to be here and I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a great event. However, there's been a real battle of attrition in practice. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I have to announce that Martin Wanacott is unfortunately not likely to be running. It seems like another differential failure for Martin, which is obviously it's a very crucial part of the car, and he doesn't have another one, doesn't have a spare, unfortunately. So I think that is the spare. So that may be him out of competition, unfortunately. But by and large, everybody's managed to get their stuff together, get it working, get it back out. We're joined by people like Luke Talley over from Ireland, which I'm really excited about. I think Luke's got it in him to go a long way today. So
definitely. I mean, here's the season calendar. We did round one at Three Sisters in Wigan, which was Jamie Stanton winning in Class 1 and Jack Drake in Class 2. And then in round 2, we had Driftland in Lochgelly, and Jack Bennett took top spot in Class 1. And then in Class 2, Jonathan Hargrave took top spot. Round 3 was in Teesside, last round in Middlesbrough, which saw Jamie Stanton once again taking top spot, with Jack Drake taking top spot in Class 2. And then today, we're at Pembrey Circuit, which Alex Williams took top spot in Class 2. Unfortunately, he is not with us today, though.
Alex Williams, the only winner this year whose name doesn't begin with J.
Yep, that is true. So this is our entire list of drivers, which includes Thomas Taverner, Martin Wanacott, Matt Smith, Matt Roberts, Ryan Burgess, Stefan Stefanov, Jamie Briggs. We've got Nerigis, we've got Stephen Lynch, Jack Bennett, Joe Smith, Harvey Moore, Matt Gell, Jamie Stanton, Scott Cartledge, Sonny Moore is making a return once again, Will Gibbs, Stu Adsley, I don't believe if he is here, we'll have to see. Matt Matsuri is also not here, unfortunately. Chrissy Palmer, Harry Cunliffe, which is our current points leader, Luke Talley, and Sergey from Class 2.
Yep, still all to play for at the top. There's just 2 points that divide the first and second place. 2 crucial points. Harry Cunliffe hanging on to that points lead by the skin of his teeth there. We go a little bit further down to Jack Bennett at 101. Jack, obviously, on a tear this year with a new car, which is impressive because it's very difficult to learn a new chassis from jump. So, but he's doing a great job in that S55 powered E36 for the flat black SR71 Blackbird that it is. But I think this may end up being the all important claw of a potential extra few points going into the final. So there's a possibility here that Harry Cunliffe pulls out a bit of breathing room, or Jamie Stanton leapfrogs him. One of the two.
Anything can happen. I mean, Jamie Stanton's had a really dominant season so far, but obviously Harry Cunliffe has been there alongside him.
And of course, you've got Luke Talley in the mix.
Yep.
Now back to full form with the GT86, doing a great job. Like that car now, it looks like it's flying. I actually got around at the track walking it, and my God, I nearly pushed Luke out of it and drove off.
It's gorgeous.
It is an incredible car.
Then again, we do have Matt Smith that has definitely been on better form this season.
It has been potential. It has been Matt's year, definitely. Matt is obviously been a very big supporter of the championship. Obviously, Matt is mixed to Volkscraft. He is definitely one of the nicest people on the grid, and in terms of like his intelligence, his knowledge about car setup is unparalleled. Matt, for me, could be the dark horse for this. You know, Matt's he's waiting, he's biding his time, and he's done so well, because he was obviously saying that last year, 2025, he didn't win a battle in the PS13, and it was sticking in his craw. And I think he's obviously whatever Joe's feeding him in the morning now, it's working.
No, he's definitely
must be having his Weetabix.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Also, incidentally, thank you very much to Talking Tidy for the new drip. I'm now wearing a different hat, so I'm really not preserving the continuity very well. But thank you very much, Talking Tidy. Obviously, great sponsor with us this year. It's been cool to see. Obviously, their detailing products for me are second to none.
I
don't detail my car that often, and I really should. You know, like nothing I own has a nice paint job on it, so I just kind of, I'm not bothered. But you know, I definitely think that some of their stuff is incredible. Even the quality of the hats is nice.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, there's nothing worse than a cheap snapback. you know?
No, definitely. I
No,
mean,
so
embroidery is the way forward.
It is. Embroidery is lovely, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I want them to do some patches so I can put one on my on my cut. That'd be cool.
Do you know what? Another driver who is just going past now, Sonny Moore, coming back into competition with a whole new look.
A whole new look, but it's same but different. So that is the same car underneath, the E46, but it's a full M2 appearance pack on that car now. And what's even more crazy is it obviously the thing that people don't change is the doors. So you don't get that flow line on a lot of E46 M2s, but that has molded M2 doors. It is a 46 inner and a M2 outer. There's only one company in the world that do them.
Really?
Yep, only one company in the world that do them. It is a totally it's a complete appearance package. It's dimensionally identical to the M2.
That is so awesome,
which is incredibly cool. But also, incidentally, while we should mention that, his brother Harvey, obviously, the Cinema Revelry is probably coming back here a little bit. Harv now packing supercharged power under the bonnet of that left-hand drive E36. So he's got about an extra 200 Freedom ponies from when he was driving last year. So that LS now is being force-fed, same as Ryan Burgess's car. So should be a lot of fun. Although I haven't seen Harv out very much in practice, so I'm hoping there's not an issue with that car.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it's definitely one of the loudest cars on the grid. That is for sure.
It's incredible.
So rowdy.
There's a lot to be said for a supercharger wine.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
But then one thing to mention is they've been spending a lot of time in Europe recently. Obviously, Sonny, I noticed, was in the Baltic Drift Championship in the season opener.
Drift VU team, obviously run by Christian Burkos and his dad Renars, based in Latvia. So even though we have Latvian drivers who drive in England, but then we have English drivers who drive in Latvia.
Yep.
So that's how drifting works. It's a pan global sport now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. It's definitely interesting to see the relationship of like moving to different championships around the world, and yet the community's still so tight knit.
Do you know what's crazy? It doesn't matter where you go in a drift event in the world, you will bump into somebody you know.
Yeah.
If you're like me,
it's crazy.
I've never gone anywhere and not bumped into people I knew.
Yeah. I remember when I went to FIIDC last year, and I saw a couple of mates that I knew for quite a while over there, and it was a strange experience, even though we had no idea that either of us were going to be there.
No, of course. Obviously, you going there under, I believe, on Kuba Praskonski's dime, weren't you?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good. It'd be nice to get some. If any Drift Masters drivers want to sponsor me to come to the final, hit your boy up.
I remember when I was spotting for Ryusei Akiba in 2024, the final, Pete Pegay now halfway.
Really?
In Drift Masters, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was a very good time. That was his first round of qualifying where he got through. He got a 90 on the board. And yeah, there was no better feeling because he had struggled all season. And
I have a massive like for Ryusei. He seems like such a cool dude.
He is. He's so chill. He loves everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He is, honestly,
But the
lad's lad.
The crucial thing is he's got baggy pants.
Yeah. Have you seen his trainers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The bright green trainers.
The drip is ripping. Yeah. He's got some really really cool stuff on him there. But honestly the again, like I say, it's the main thing that separates this sport from every other sport, every other motorsport. It's the camaraderie. You know, there's I say a story I heard years and years ago was about a driver in called Steve Moore, who was actually a pro at British Carter. Broke steering arm on his second qualifying run after qualifying on his first. Put his car in his trailer. What's up? We're going home. I haven't got a spare steering arm. So which one got the tannoy? Anybody got a steering arm for an S14? And within 5 minutes, he had 5.
Oh wow!
So this is a thing that you just don't get in motorsports by and large. Because essentially, a lot of motorsports. Oh, that's one less to beat. But you see it in Drift Masters all the time. Any sport you see other teams. I remember watching Oliver Evans in BDC 2020. Dwayne McKeever's crew, who he was fighting for the championship with, took the sump off of Ollie's 2J after he'd bashed it in and pounded it out with a hammer and a block of wood.
Wow. I mean, another prime example is John Shanahan going around in the pits. You've got Tomas Falvey.
My abiding memory of John Shanahan will always be going to the Teesside Night Fight in 2017, and I watched Adam Simmons get punted into the gravel, broke the wastegate off of the Nissan Skyline, dragged him back in. John Shanahan put ski goggles on and stick welded his wastegate back on so he could carry on driving.
Have you seen the clips of him going around with the sledgehammer, bashing in straightening out bash bars and stuff?
I'm fairly certain John Shanahan uses a sledgehammer to open his bald leg in the morning. He doesn't do things by half, that guy. But no, big John. If you're probably not watching, but if you are watching, big love, man. Be great to see you again.
No, definitely. I'm just one thing I'm excited to see as well is Joe Smith as well. He had a couple of moments in practice where he had a couple of moments in the first corner where he almost understeered, but he managed to keep it under control, and he seems to be really getting comfortable out there.
Yep, I mean that 2J setup is now loving him long time. He had a huge amount of heartache with it last year. It was, I remember sitting in the pits with him while he was pouring through the logs, and it was all over the place, and we couldn't work out why. But here we are. Oh, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go live, and first in the queue is Mr. Stephen Lynch.
Yep, he had an off and a bit of an accident in practice, but it looks like he has got parts from Vicky's car.
Well, no. He had a spare, but guess who pounded the lollipop into the arm?
Mr. Matt Smith.
No, I did.
Oh, you?
Genuinely. And here we go, Psycho initiates. Wow, a lot of aggression there from Psycho straight off the bat. Good initiation so far, but not quite as wide as he wanted to be on the first clip. But picking up the second perfectly. Oh, a wheel drop there from Psycho. Puts him wide for the inner clip. Now into Mangiali there. Picks up 1, picks up 2. Can he get to 3? He can. He's got to keep that car under control and not go 3 wheels off. A lot of angle there. Using the angle to stall the car up and across the line.
Not too shabby there from Stephen. One thing that I was speaking to Vicky on the track invasion, and she was saying that he's on different wheels on a smaller offset. So
yes,
and the tracking is quite...
that's because one of his wheels has got a chunk missing out of it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It seems to be a weekend of wheels losing parts. That's for sure.
Yeah, people might not notice, but there's quite a steep drop off on the edge of Pembrey circuit.
Oh, yeah.
You won't really notice it unless you walked a bit further down the track. But incidentally, now we were just discussing this young man, currently sitting third in the championship, Baba Bennett.
Yep. The son of Michael Bennett. San Evan Car Sales E36.
Yep, the drifting prodigy there. As cool as a cucumber.
Yep.
Unflappable. I honestly think that I set my spirit levels off Jack Bennett's head. I've never seen that kid in a flap in my life.
Honestly, he's got a lot of talent behind him as well, so we'll have to see how he does with that.
Absolutely.
Here we go. So Jack Bennett going in for his first run in that E36. Nice initiation. Could have been a little bit deeper, but he's got plenty of time to get it all right. Here we go. Lovely A-line there going into outer clip 3. Now to outer 4. Looking good so far. Could have been a bit deeper on the inner clip, but as he comes through the Mangiali, looking nice and solid, looking smooth, which is one of the things the judges want to see. But look at that around that outside line. Absolutely pinpoint, and that is what we like to see from Jack Bennett. And this isn't even his best run.
No, that is a quality run from Jack. I say Jack and Steve, great way to open qualifying. Steve with a bit of a wild run, and Jack is cool as a cucumber, which is exactly how I would describe those two as people as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And it's an interesting car because it sounds like a teapot's going off all the time.
Yes, it is very, very interesting. So that car actually, believe it or not, has most of the actual original F8 EM3 loom transplanted into it.
Oh wow.
So it still has like the keyless entry key reader in it and things like that. The immobilizer read core's still in the car and things. So because it was so difficult to make it work on the can that they just transplanted the whole car loom.
Oh wow, I mean, it makes sense.
Speaking of the devil, he's clearly, Harvey having a few issues in practice, but straight back out now to qualify in that monster LS3 powered left-hand drive Drift for You E36 BMW. So Harvey now powers down. Good aggressive entry there from Harvey. A lot of power, a lot of angle, a lot of aggression. Picks up the outer clip there perfectly. Good transition from Harvey Moore, picking it up brilliantly so far. Wow, right to the edge of the circuit for the first Mangiali clip. Through the second, and then through the third Mangiali clip. It's tiny bit shallow than they just want to see on the last corner, but keeping it gathered up and across the line. Good run there.
Not bad at all from Harvey Moore. Definitely coming in.
Harvey having a lot of form at this track. He's done very well every time he's competed here. So
he likes his big fast tracks.
He's got a big fast car, so it makes sense.
That is very true. Right. But then we now have Sonny.
We do, yes. We have the other brother. I hate calling him. The thing is, I should be on Harvey's side because I'm the elder brother of two brothers. So like Harvey's. But obviously, Sonny, like that new car, that M2, looking incredible. It is so beautiful.
That helmet as well. That is a gorgeous helmet.
Yeah, so actually, I believe that may be a Terry Grant stunt helmet because obviously Harvey and Sonny's dad, Handsome John, stunt driver for Terry Grant. So driving is in their DNA. So here we go. Sonny flicks the car in. Not as aggressive initiation as Harv there, but very good. Hitting a lot of rev limiter there. Sonny, I believe, only on a 4-speed transmission, so he's really got to pick a gear and stick with it, or he's going to lose all the momentum. But he's definitely got it gathered up now. Good run, perfectly clean through the Mangi. Now bringing it out again a little bit shallower than the judges want to see, but by no means the worst run ever, and across the line.
Not too shabby there. Obviously, he has got more in it. But we'll have to see what he does with his second run. But Jack Bennett on top so far with an 89.3, Harvey Moore on an 80.7, and Stephen Lynch on a 68.7. So Stephen definitely has some room to work with, but obviously he's not got the right tracking on right now. So considering the situation he's in, it's not bad at all.
Now here's a man in bonus world. Second place at Pembrey in his rookie season. Now I have to correct myself in the live stream because I thought this was an M50, and it's not. It's a forged M54 turbo.
That is
apparently
quite
it's a
the engine.
£100 engine when he bought it. I had a good chat with Sergey in the pits last night because I wanted to learn a bit more about the car. Obviously, 8-speed sequential on the back of it. The monster long roof BMW hearse of Sergey. Sergey got a lot of seat time in it yesterday. Now he's really making that work. Very, very good run so far from Sergey. A little bit shallow there, not quite out to the edge of the circuit. And again, coming a little bit short. Real shame there, but he is keeping his foot in it, which is the most important thing. This track, 95% full throttle, but cleaning himself up fantastically on the Manji now. Just needs to keep himself up to that line, but crucially not across it and across the line.
I mean, Sergey doing a really good job there, considering he is a Class 2 driver. He's just proving, I mean, it is the exact same layout in Class 2, so now he's got the opportunity to show that he can hang with the top of the top in the championship.
Yep, of course, and it's one of the most important things, I think, is just to get the seat time and get used to it. But also, Sergey Cruz, he's still on road tyres.
Yep, he wanted to be more comfortable. He knew what they were like on this track, so he picked the safe route, and he's confident in the way he drives on them. But
Joe Smith with the big thumbs up there. He seems like he's definitely got his wits about him now. It seems like the car might be treating him well. I've always laughed at the length of Joe Smith's hydro. It practically touches the windscreen.
Yeah, it's a bit like Matt Camplin's hydro, but here we go. Let's see if he can make it work as he does a nice big flick entry there. Nice on the A-line as he comes through the inner clip. Can he get nice and wide? Just missing out of clip 3, and he does check up. Unfortunately, just having a couple of issues there. We'll have to see what he can do with the second run.
Sounds like some kind of cut there.
Yeah.
Fuel
maybe
spark.
Fuel slosh, potentially.
Oh, I don't think it'll be slosh because it's on a cell, but possibility that, if the fuel pressure drops or the oil pressure drops, the ECU will do its best to try and stop the car from running. It normally cuts ignition. It's happened. Obviously, it's good in that it saves the car, but it's very annoying halfway through a run.
No, definitely. It's not ideal. But we now have Thomas Taverner on the line, the sister car to Mark Brown's.
Big Tommy T.
Specials.
Fresh out of the ghost town.
You've done your research.
Yeah.
So this one's 2J powered instead of the Ford EcoBoost. But this car, once again, I do love the rear light cluster on this thing. It looks
interesting, isn't it?
So cool. But we'll have to see how he does.
Did you know Thomas Taverner's nan is 100% savage? Says it on the back of the car.
Love that. So here we go for his first run. Let's see what he can do as the JZ screams down the main straight. Nice initiation. Just a little flick and wait initiation. Here we go. Coming across into the first transition. Kind of struggling there to get into that outer zone. Manages to make it work, but he is now on the wrong line. He has lost his momentum. He's lost his line. So now he's going to have to try and pick the run back up as he comes around the last corner across the line. The judges are definitely not going to enjoy that one. It potentially could be unchaseable.
He's done too much too young there.
Ha ha! There it is. I'm glad you've
I definitely think that car might have been. I think it might have just been fighting him. You know, I think he's really, obviously expecting it to react differently to how it did, how it has done, and he's say it might have caught him out there. But you know, I would imagine that the team will be down there working with him, and they'll get it sorted for the second run.
Fingers crossed. I mean, he was saying he was feeling quite good, but obviously sometimes when you're on the line, the pressure builds.
Now, Will Gibbs with the that was Will Gibbs' entry for the most sarcastic smile it's capable of a human being to pull. Incidentally, if you were interested, so Will Gibbs, all of his commentary information, it's all, you don't need to know this, but I can tell you, in fact, it's a PS13, 2JZ powered with a sequential. Big flick entry there from Will Gibbs. The sequential lighting up there as he powers in. Wow. Picking up the B line there, coming out a little bit wider, B line there on the, and then picking up the inner clip, but slightly on the wrong line. Just needs to be a bit deeper into Mangielli, and he's got it licked, but keeping it, now he's got it gathered up. Now the car's starting to come on song, and he's powering it on now, using the Wise Fab and bringing it out to the other side of the circuit. Good run from Will Gibbs.
I'll tell you what, the way that car squats at the back, especially when he was coming around into that after that first transition, that was insane.
That's the advantage of the multi-link car right there.
Oh yeah. So now we got Sonny Moore back for his second run, as we look at Thomas Taverner getting a 51, and then Will Gibbs with a 72.7. So he's put himself in second place with Harvey Moore. Third place, sorry, with an 80.7. So Harvey is in second, but can Sonny top the 71.7?
So Sonny obviously feeling confident enough to go out for his second run already. So that beautiful M2 kit at E46. It is an E46. Don't let the bodywork fool you. It's all a deceive. It's all deceitful. It's all deceitful. It's all lies. Oh, Sonny Moore not getting quite as deep as you want to there. You can really hear that car pounding the limiter. Obviously limited by the gearing in that car. So Sonny now doing a very, very good job of Mangielli. Seems like he's got the back half of the section pretty much down pat, although just coming away a little bit from the ideal qualifying line and across the line. Not a bad run, but I definitely think that obviously, again, I think that's a gearing issue.
Yeah, potentially. We'll have to see.
He's only got 4 gears, so you know he's probably the only person in the world doing that. He's probably the person on the grid right now doing that in second.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how he does into the top 32. But now we have Harvey Moore back again, and we'll have to see what he does, and we'll have to see if the score updates for Sonny. As we just wait for him to leave the line. This car is very, very loud, so if you're at the track, that will probably resonate through your chest as it goes past. If you're wondering also what we're talking about when we say ABC line, you'll see the zone markers. The outside for the outer zones, outer clips are the A line, the middle is B, and the outer is C, and then it's the reverse for the inside clips.
Correct.
And that is how the judges score these runs, but as he initiates, he's right on the A line there as he comes through to inner clip 2. Now to outer 3, he's looking good so far. Nice and wide there into outer 4, big transition, comes around into the Manji section, a little bit shallow there on that outside clip, but manages to pick it back up as he comes into the decel. Look at this from Harvey Moore, right on the outside line, and he comes across the line. That was quite the performance there. We'll have to see if that is an improvement, but Sonny Moore doesn't look like his score is going to change, so he is going to stay in 4th. So we'll have to see what happens with that as we now get...
So far, the sibling rivalry appears to be swinging to Team Harvey.
Yep.
So,
but Harvey, definitely, I would say that is an improvement.
Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the man with it all to do. Super Jamie Stanton.
It's no longer third place Stanton.
It isn't third place
Second
Stanton.
place Stanton.
Second place Stanton currently, yeah. So, no, Jamie Stanton, the only 2-time winner so far this year. So, really, I mean, that car, it just works. It's consistent. You know, it's a fantastic vehicle.
I mean, it is also just, he is absolutely bonkers, but we'll have to see the Talk and Tidy sponsored driver. Here we go, coming around into the first inside clip. Coming outside, nice and wide there as he comes into the transition. Could have been a bit deeper in that outside clip, but does a good job of handling it as he comes around into the last section of the Manji section, and he does come a little bit, he could be deeper there, but obviously this is Jamie Stanton. He's just getting a kind of a feeler. So we'll have to see what he does with his second run. Obviously representing Talk and Tidy. That was actually the old Driftworks E36, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, indeed. It was Richard Grimrod's car. That car obviously going through a few owners prior to Rich having it. After Rich having it. So car, I believe, went to Andy Frost after Rich, and then I think from there, I think that was when Jamie bought it. And the car has always had pretty much the same setup in it ever since Jamie's owned it. It's always been a 1J. So...
Well, Jamie Stanton, I can officially say, is top qualifying so far with a 91 for his first run.
That's what we like to see. Please ignore the current run score. That graphic's not quite been worked out yet. We had 91 for the first run from Super Stanton. He'll be happy with that. I don't know if he's just stopped at the top end near us to stop screaming, but now we have one of the coolest guys on the whole grid. Actually, these are actually tyres that I put on for him earlier because I wanted to get him out for the track invasion. Matt Smith, PS13, RB under the bonnet, Team Betty Surf Shop, using nitrous to spool that turbo, reduce his lag. Look at the entry there from Matt Smith, right on the limiter, picking up the B line there for out of 3, and right out to the edge of the track for out of 4. In a clip there, absolutely nailed, but on a slightly weird line for the Manji, unfortunately. Picking up the second half of the Manji, though, quite well. Now just needs to keep the car dialed and fresh out. Not quite as deep as you just would like to see, but not bad for a banker lap.
Definitely not. Maybe just catching a little bit more grip than he was expecting. So we'll have to see what he can do with his second run, but it will be a score on the board. Thomas Taverner with a 51, so he's currently second to last.
So Matt obviously being the sole contingent of Team Betty Surf now, since Martin Wanacott sadly retired from competition with diff issues.
I think it was the pinion that went.
It's the diff input's broken, but it appears to have taken the prop with it.
That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately. But obviously, you got to bear in mind that Martin is obviously putting 800 horsepower and the shock load from a sequential and a twin plate clutch through a diff from a 25-year-old Kyoto taxi.
Yep, that is a very good point. So now we get Matt Roberts up onto the line in E36. He was struggling a bit in practice, so we'll have to see what he can do with his first run in qualifying. As Harvey Moore has now gone 89.7, that keeps him in second place. So he has solidified a really good score there, making the jump up. So now Matt Roberts is going to be going for his first run. You can see he's got the single wiper on there as well. A little bit of a tentative initiation there, and he just does not... Oh, and he understeers completely. Oh, that is very unfortunate. I'm not too sure what happened there, but the car just did not react the way you wanted it to.
That did seem like the car just not wanting to behave itself, caught loads of understeer, whether that was a power steering failure or the car just failing to initiate, not sure. But I'll tell you something, that is one tough bumper.
Yeah, definitely.
He ran over it and it's still whole.
Yeah, no, that's quite impressive, actually.
Shout out to whoever makes Matt Roberts' front bumpers.
I was told by Gordon that he does hail from Wrexham, but he lives in Cardiff at the moment.
Yeah, he does, yeah. So he's a North Wales boy living in South Wales, so this is his home track, technically. So, yeah, Matt actually an ex-army paratrooper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a few people are ex-forces here. Mark Brown was actually an what's called a Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineer, which is
Oh.
basically a tank mechanic.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so Mark cut his teeth fixing chieftains and all sorts like that. Yeah, so that's these cars are like Tonka toys to him, you know.
I do see Harry Cunliffe leaving the pits now to go for his first run, and obviously he is in the fight for the championship.
Of course, yeah.
Currently top spot.
I bought obviously brand new chassis for him, the E92 with the giant turbo.
I mean, he's been driving it well in
He
practice.
has, yeah. But Harry's, you could plug Harry into anything, and he would be able to make it work. That's his superpower, you know.
The main thing is though, the majority of his time driving has been on 46 chassis,
Yes.
including the truck in Class 2.
Yep.
So then he went to the E82. Is it the E82?
No. That was a 46 underneath.
Really?
Yeah. That was a 46 with M2 bodywork.
So
Same as
now-
Harry Kerrs.
It's for the first time he is actually
Yeah.
out of a
A
46 chassis.
Yeah, so the 92 is a little bit different underneath, slightly different rear end setup. But by and large, it will feel familiar to him. Harry has always flat out stated to me that he's a much bigger fan of a BMW. So.
Yeah, you
You know,
can't
he's
go
not,
wrong.
obviously, he drove Ken Boggs PS13 here, but Will Gibbs now initiates big flick entry there from Will Gibbs. Ton of power, stands on the loud pedal there, brings the car out, nice and wide to outer clip 3, but just picks up the C line. B line there for outer clip 4, and then picking up the inner clip perfectly in through Mangielli. Good run through the first Mangielli clip, good run through the second, great run through the third. Now bringing the car nice and wide, just needs to keep it on the straight and narrow and avoid going 3 wheels off, and he does, and across the line.
Not bad from Will there. Definitely, it's going to be hard to say what the judges think of that run because there were a couple of cracks in the armour.
I see Joe Smith there being towed off.
Oh no.
That is not what you want to see. I'm
Not
assuming.
at all.
I'm assuming possibly whatever issues reared its ugly head is there. So Tommy T now,
Yeah.
getting round, getting ready.
He's got 51.
He has got a 51. It's definitely. I mean, currently it's the lowest person with a score. We know he's got it in him to do better than that. Obviously, Tommy there. He looks as cool as a cucumber. Bless him. In the specials livery.
Yeah,
Which
no,
is,
definitely.
which is cool. I think that's one of the coolest pictures ever taken of a band.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about the Abbey Road album from the Beatles, but no, specials all day,
I
every
mean,
day.
the thing about the Abbey Road album is it's very strange. You know, there's theory about Paul McCartney being dead, and there's a lot of evidence of it in the Abbey Road cover, which is very interesting.
Oh,
But we'll get
wow.
off that. Thomas Taverner initiates. Sounds like he hit the limiter on initiation there, but good so far to out of 2. Out of 3, coming up a little bit shy, but now picking up 4 quite well there. A little bit wide for the inner clip, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame, but that's put him on a weird line for Mangielli. But he is managing to get out to the second and third clip just, but on a very weird line on the inside of the track and across the line.
It definitely looks like these drivers are not expecting this amount of grip in the track. And the main thing is, though, we do not have enough drivers to fill a full top 32.
So very, very quickly, the Abbey Road album cover. Paul McCartney is wearing black and he's barefoot and out of step with the rest of them. And the theory is that Lennon is the angel, Harrison is the gravedigger, Starr is the undertaker, and McCartney is the corpse.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that's something new I learned.
Yeah.
So now we got Stefan Stefanov though. Will he kill this run? We'll have to see.
That's a good
And,
question. Bulgarian bad man here, Stefan Stefanov. This car, obviously, it smokes in the rain, so what the hell is it going to do here, ladies and gentlemen? It will become a very cloudy day in Pembrey now. Stefan Stefanov initiates, pounding the rev limiter there on that 2JZ, up through the gear motive, bang, bang, bang. Very good run so far from Stefan Stefanov, putting on a clinic, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the angle through Mangielli. What an incredible run there from Stefan Stefanov. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Stefan Stefanov.
That was something else. I mean, trust Ed. If you want someone to make a really impactful run, get Stefanov on it. He will do that. He fills it with smoke, fills it with angle, plenty of speed. He has got so much style in his driving. But the thing is, it's not out of control. He is very calculated in the way he drives.
Do you know what as well? Stefan is so quiet.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to draw any attention to himself. He's somebody who lets his car do the talking.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for people like that, because I am all mouth and no trousers. You know, the only thing I've got to run is my mouth. So
I mean, it was only an 83, so the judges didn't see that. Well, sorry, the judges saw something that we didn't see.
Yeah.
And
once again, judges having slightly better view than us on the live stream. But
Yes.
anyway, Nerigis now sits on the line. 2J power under the bonnet of that R33 Skyline. Nerigis with a big weight transfer entry with the quarter panel flapping at the
Oh.
not working out for Nerigis. Seems like the car shutting down. Was it an intercooler pipe? Was it an ECU cut? Was it a power steering issue, perhaps?
I've got a little key ring with this car on
very,
it.
very cool keyring. As long as you stop calling it an RB.
Is it a JZ?
It's a 2J, that car.
Ah.
Yeah, you've called it an RB every round this year, and I wanted to come up the tower and bang your head together.
You see Skyline, you think RB.
No, I don't think RB. I don't think enough people are that.
At least it's not SR.
Are that insensible. Yeah, at least it's not an SR.
Whoever, I wonder if someone's done an SR swap in a Skyline.
Billy Sutton, silly button from
Is
back
he
in
in
the
a
old
Cycle?
days. No, it was. He had a BN Sports R32 with an SR in it.
Yeah, he definitely came from a cycle.
Yeah, but Billy Sutton actually, his day job was he was a Ferrari engineer. So
Interesting.
Yeah. So the car was painted in Ferrari Rosso. Cool car. I don't know if
that's
Billy still
pretty
got it actually, but he's a real cool guy if you ever meet him. So Jack Bennett now for the second run. Obviously, Jack originally top in qualifying, but now knocked down to third on the third place. Seems to be where he's comfortable with. But he has. Just hearing Nera just drive past us now, and it sounds like it may be
Something's
a
knocking.
drive shaft. Nera just very, very not very happy, jumping out of the car.
Do you want to go and find out?
Looking underneath. I'm going to have a very quick look. Please don't.
So now we got Jack Bennett on the line. Matt Smith getting his 66 on his run, so he's in 9th place at the moment. Stefan Stefano with an 83, just putting himself in 4th, but Jack Bennett coming in for his second run. Here we go, sending it down the main straight. Nice flick initiation there. Could have been deeper on the first outside clip, but does a good job of getting into the inside. Nice and wide there on the third outside clip. Here we go, does almost miss out on the second outside clip after that, but does a good job through the Mangielli. A lot of angle there as he comes around into the last corner. Really there on the outside line and comes across the line. Not bad from Jack, but just a couple of places where he could have been better.
Would you like the prognosis?
Come on,
Dr. Carter.
lay it on me.
It appears Derridges has blown his diff.
Oh,
I believe he has a spare,
fingers crossed.
but will they get out to change it before the end of the bracket?
You never know. It is a very small bracket today.
Yep.
But now we got Jamie Stanton once again. Mr. Super Stanton. Almost said second place Stanton. Honestly, it's stuck in my mind still. But Jamie
Super
is...
He's even branding himself as that now.
Yep. Yeah, through the Talk and Tidy stuff.
Yep. Very, very cool. Incidentally, if you're here, please pick up some Talk and Tidy Drip. They're a great sponsor, and we're really happy to have them on board with us.
They also have new Jack Chapman merch as well.
They do actually, yeah.
And Gabby.
Chappie 503 and Gabby, yeah. So you can support all your favourite BMWs.
Exactly.
Hopefully, if you like BMWs and purple, there's no better place to be.
Exactly. So now here we go for his second run. We'll have to see what he can do. He is in the fight for the championship. He wants to take the top spot. He wants to get ahead of Harry Cunliffe as he comes through now into the first out zone. No handbrake on entry at all. No decel. Full commitment. That's what we like to see. Lovely wide line so far. Coming through the inside clip into the Mangielli. Looking really consistent and smooth right now as well. That's what the judges want to see. He keeps the foot down on the floor. Hardly lifting whatsoever as he comes across the line. The commitment from Jamie Stanton is to be commended.
Absolutely. But Jamie Stanton has always been a 10-10 driver.
Yeah. He
So-
does not stop.
Nothing keeps Jamie Stanton down. I remember slamming an engine together in the pits overnight once with Jamie. Good
You
times.
can tell he's happy. Coming through the pits.
He's a pleased man. He'll be pleased as punch about that.
I'm just waiting to see what that score, if that score changes, because that could be a big one.
Could
As
be a
we
big
have
one, but
Matt
he's already at the top. Why would you? It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, as Carl Farrar would say.
Ah,
So Matt Smith there looking real pleased. I think he's happy that the car's working well, and obviously he's enjoying himself. Matt's always enjoying himself. He doesn't mind what the car does. He just wants to have
Exactly.
fun. What a guy! And also, I actually know that Matt's lovely wife Jo and his kids are here spectating today, watching their old man do cool stuff. So
it's the best way to be.
absolutely, yeah.
So here we go for his second run. Nice initiation. Can he keep the momentum going through the inner correct? Yes, he can. Combs nice and wide. Could have been a little bit deeper. Can he perfect this section through the inner? Yes, he does. He gets nice and wide there. A much better line so far as he comes around now into the last corner. Little bit of a handbrake dab there just to get the car settled. A little bit of a decel because it is a decel through that last clip on the Margie section. But he does a really good job there. So we'll have to see what the judges think.
Much cleaner run there from Matt.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
a lot more of the Matt Smith I know and love.
We could see him even potentially getting into the top 4 with that.
Yeah, that's a very good run. I say, obviously, we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but I think Matt will be proud of that. Definitely.
Jamie Stanton getting a 93 for his second run. So he has topped his other score.
Good improvement there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. So we'll have to see what Matt gets for his second run as we're just waiting on the next driver to pull up as they've just worn their tyres. It's hard to see on the screen who it is.
That looks like a GE86 to me,
yes,
so I'm guessing
it
that's
is.
Luke Talley.
That is Mr. Luke Talley. And Matt Smith gets 4th place with 87.7.
He'll be happy
I was
with
right.
that. Yeah, be buzzing with that. That's a great score.
Awesome
87.7,
stuff.
only giving him 4th.
Yep, so now we've got the man
So
from Ireland.
this is the man that I believe is going to come and throw a wrench in the Pro Championship here. I've got a lot of faith in Luke Talley as a driver. And
He did
as
really well last year.
Yeah, and as a man, he's a great guy. He's one of the coolest people. Yeah, such an awesome car. I tell you what, I can't believe how hot that car is inside, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't touch the floor in it when we went to when I
Sounds
caught the lift
amazing.
down. Yeah, oh, it's an amazing car. It's such an incredible build. It's a Drift Master spec build. Anyway, Luke Talley now initiates. A little bit tentative there on clip 1, not quite picking up where he wants to be. Pushing well out to 3, though, picking 3 up very, very well. Picking 4 up on the A-line. That's good. In a clip, absolutely nailed, but coming away a little bit shallow for the Manji. Bringing the car out on massive angle now to pick up the second Manji clip, and onto the third. Now needs to keep that car inside the dotted line. The outside the dotted line is lava, and across the line. Good run from Luke Talley there.
Not bad at all.
Yeah,
Obviously,
few scrappy bits, but
it's a sighting lap for him, really. It's a banker lap. He wants to get a score on the board because obviously, if you double zero, you do bow out of competition. You don't get to compete.
No, there's no mulligans here, people.
It's one of those where at this point, all these drivers just want to use their first run as a get a score on the board. We're in.
Yeah, of course.
It looks like now we have Ryan Burgess.
Yep, Ryan Burgess, the Hogmeister, now pulling up. Luke Talley going 6th for the 74.
Not
I think
bad at all.
It's not bad for a banker run, but I think he'll want to improve on that. We know he's got it in him.
Yep.
Ryan Burgess.
That definitely is not the power.
No, it is not the power. I believe that might be the power from when it was naturally aspirated in LS3 is about 400, 450, but now with the Magnussen Charger on it, I believe that thing running more like 6. So look at the smoke off the line there.
Wow. So here we go. LS3 powered. BMW coming in with a nice initiation so far. Keeping it wide. Could have been a bit deeper on that outer clip. Did a God's job so far. Coming around into the Manji section as he transitions across. Bang across again into the D-cell. Does a really good job there on that outside line. Does float a little bit inside, but manages to keep it wide. Not too shabby there from Ryan Burgess for his first run whatsoever.
No, that was a very, very good run there. Now, a man who is currently fighting a lot of car issues. So now a man currently fighting a lot of car issues. He believes he's got the transmission sorted now. Obviously, Chrissy Palmer doing an 8HP conversion in the winter. The car not behaving itself with the 8HP, but going through the map, he's managed to get it to work. However, new problem is the car appears to have an appetite for its own belt tensioner.
Ooh.
So I've been showing Chrissy Palmer the best way to, because he doesn't need to run the tensioner. He could loop it out, build a tension off of his alternator, and then just run it off the crank pulley, because that's the only accessory the car needs to run. It's electric water pump, electric power steering. So, let's say that was something that I'm sure Chrissy and his dad will get on with. But Chrissy's wife and Chrissy's wife Chloe and little girl Ivy are here supporting him this weekend, which is very, very cool. Chrissy about to become a dad for the second time as well. So Chrissy now initiates. Good line so far from Chrissy Palmer. Absolutely wringing that Z's neck there, pushing out good onto outer clip 3, picking up the A-line. C-line there for clip 4, but does manage to pick up the end, but puts him on a good line actually into Mangiai there, picking up B there, C there, and picking up A at the end there, A, B, and C, all in one go. Oh, but the car shutting off 10 feet from the line.
That is very unfortunate. Obviously, he's still got another run to work with. It's just, it's typical. He was on such a good run. And of course, the car had to let him down last second. Maybe sometimes it can be the smallest problem that creates the biggest issue for the driver.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is one issue with the doing a massive setup change to your car, is you're fighting teething problems with it all the time.
Yep, exactly. But now we have Matt Roberts back again for his second run. He has got a 0 currently, so he has got to put all or nothing in. He's got to get a score on the board.
He's in the zone.
We'll have to see. As he sends it down the main straight, will he get the car to initiate properly? Will it play ball? That is the question. Little bit of a tentative initiation there. Manages to get through the inner clip, but he's very shallow, and he does fully straighten there. And I do believe that will be a 0 from the judges.
Might be a 0, might be a massive deduction, but it looks like the car's just not wanting to play, is it? Oh! And a punt of the tyre wall.
So the tyres are not sentient. You can't beat them up with your own frustration.
They are. That is a real shame there. I know, Matt. That car for Matt, it just seems to not want to play ball with him. He just really seems to have a lot of trouble with it.
Yeah,
although,
it's just unfortunate.
I'm seeing a while Chrissy Palmer stopped at the end of the circuit here, which is worrying me.
He is getting out.
He is getting out. Oh, I can hear the belts from here.
Yep, I did hear it when he left. But now we've got our championship leader, Mr. Harry Conliffe, the 14-year-old from Three Sisters in Wigan. He literally lives around the corner
He's
from
not from Three Sisters. He doesn't live at the track.
He's basically around the corner from it.
He is around the corner from it, but that doesn't mean he lives at the track.
That's his local.
Well, yeah, but it's just, my local's the pub. I don't live there.
Well, you may as well.
Well, I don't. No, believe it or not, I'm on the wagon, so I actually don't. But
We'll
Yep.
have to see what he can do with his first run.
We will
'cause
indeed. Yeah.
Whole new car.
Absolutely, yeah. But honestly, it seems, again, I don't know if this is just Harry's ability to just plug in and go to whatever car he drives, but this E92 converted very, very quickly from a party car into a competition vehicle. Good flick there from Harry Cullen. They're picking up the B line. The exhaust note, very, very weird by comparison to a 2J. A much throatier exhaust heavy note, I think. In a clip there, very, very good from Harry Cullen. Look at that, best line into Mangiali I think we've seen all day there. Onto the A line there, onto the A line for the penultimate clip. Oh, just keeping the car nicely down on that line. That is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
That was playing with fire there on that last section.
That's the way you do it.
I like it.
You're not a fan of Dire Straits, then?
I was not thinking which song.
Money for nothing and chicks for free.
Ah, how did I not pick up on that? See, it could have gone both ways. Could have gone both ways.
He's not playing the guitar on the MTV. He's playing the E92 around Pembrey Circuit.
But no, Harry Conniff doing an incredible run there. That was textbook. I didn't expect. The good thing about the E92 is it's quite a big chassis, quite heavy as well. So naturally, it likes to wash wide.
Talking of big, heavy chassis.
Yep.
Matt Gell
350Z.
here in the Z, yeah. So Matt obviously in bonus world here. First time he's ever driven the car on semi-slicks, I think. At least in the dry. Good initiation there from Matt Gill, obviously. Matt coming up third place yesterday, and bringing the car out now to play with the big boys. Picking up the C-line there, out to the Mangiali there, but a good run so far from Matt Gill. He's definitely putting in a banker lap here. Doesn't need to do anything too crazy. He's aware that, he just needs to make sure that he keeps the car consistent, doesn't make any stupid errors. And across the line from Matt Gill, I think he'll be very happy with that.
Not too shabby whatsoever. It just seemed like the oil leak that he had. I don't know what was going on with that.
The oil leak has been stemmed. It was actually good. Our good buddy Javis Williams that helped out with that. So,
Gotta love Javis.
Yeah, I've just realised why Nerejus's name only appears as his first name, and that's literally because it runs off the bottom of the graphic. It's too many vowels.
No, that's why I avoid saying his last name, because purely I do not want to slander
it's Voljukivicius.
Yeah, there's no chance I'm going to be able to say that. Sorry, Nerejus. But Harry Cullen with an 82.3, so that puts him in 6th place. But I'm just trying to see what the score is for that previous run. But now we got Stefan Stefanov back on the line for his second run with that beautiful RPS 13, but the backfire from that thing as he was going down the main street, you could see it coming out the side, but he's doing good so far as he comes around. Very aggressive, big transition there, almost catching the reverse rumbles, which is a very dangerous spot to be in. He's currently sat in 5th place, and as he comes into the last corner, can he improve? It's a good line so far. Will he keep on the track? Yes, he will. We'll have to see what the judges think of that and see if it's an
not
improvement.
not bad at all. But I think maybe a few little bits that needed tidying up there. I don't think he might improve on his first run. I don't know for definite because I'm as I've frequently stated, I'm not a judge.
No,
I don't know.
No, definitely not. Matt Gell getting a 75 though for his first run,
He'll
so
be
not
very
bad
happy
at all.
with that. Yeah, that's very similar to his qualifying score from yesterday.
Yep, it's
So
consistent, very consistent.
Very, very consistent. Like I say, Matt really gelling with that car now. Obviously, the car was a fresh build for 2025. A lot of obviously teething problems, which is to be given with any car that's been modified to the extent that the 350 has. But yeah, he's been doing such a good job with it. Bless him.
Do you know what lock kit and arms he's running?
FDF.
Nice.
Yeah, FDF Mantis.
Josiah,
shout out Josiah. You're not watching this.
I've actually spent time with Josiah on the sim.
He seems like a very intelligent guy. Seems like he really knows his onions. Yeah.
We've done some sim training for when I was doing the round with Ryusei at the Peg 8 now drive. We did some sim training on there, as well as doing it with Ryusei. And Josiah's just a really outstanding guy. He's just so friendly. He's just down to talk to everyone.
It didn't have a lot of luck in Drift Masters in 2024, did he? Bless him with the Corvette. But the that Corvette is mental.
It's unreal.
Yeah, like when it's all stripped down, you're like, that's not a car.
It's funny. So for any of you sim nerds out there, if you've ever driven the VDC public pack that you can download for the Virtual Drift Championship, the Corvette that's in there is actually based off of Josiah's car. It's a somewhat of a homage and replica. So
it doesn't cost anything to run a load of pixels, though, does it?
Thankfully, well, it depends if you get custom cards made. I've spent over £100 on one car in the sim to have it custom 3D modeled. I've actually got.
You could have spent that money going out on a date with somebody.
Nah. What do you mean? Women are scary.
I can't. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Yes, I'm not going to name any names, but I agree with you.
Yeah, please don't.
The people I'm talking about, there, you know who you are.
So it's been an interesting qualifying session so far.
We've had a lot of drivers. Seems like they're just not, the car's just not wanting to behave. I don't know if it's temperature. I don't know if it's obviously. I feel Chrissy Palmer, he's gone back around for another run, but the car. It just seems like it's got, it seems like for some reason it gets to the last couple of feet and it's got 10 horsepower. I'm just seeing a wild Joe Smith, though, appearing back out on track. So hopefully
it's good to see
whatever ailed him was fixed. So, yeah, Joe and obviously Joe's team managed to go through that car, figure out whatever was wrong with it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got somewhere and they're happy with it. So,
yep, definitely. I mean, it's not a good way to go out. Like, no driver wants to go out through a car braking and double zeroing. It's just not the way anyone would want to go. Ryan Burgess also coming back out, but now back on the line, we have Stephen Lynch coming back out, so hopefully he can do an improvement. Obviously, after that first run, that's the first time he has driven with his current alignment on the front.
Yep.
So he would have spent a bit of time probably in the pits, just finessing it a little bit, figuring out where it was with the offset of the wheels.
Yep.
So
Almost
we'll
700 ponies under the bonnet of that.
How much?
Almost 700, I believe.
Wow.
692 was the quoted figure.
She's one powerful gal.
It is a monster of a motor, that thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love this livery as well, the Power Max livery. The identical.
Incidentally, as a touring car fan, I'm a big fan of PMR.
Yep.
Mikey Doble is my senpai.
So here we go for his second run with the lights flashing on. Limiter does a good job coming through the inside clip. Nice and wide there on that outer. Coming around now into the second corner. Looking good in the Mangiali. Little bit shallow in some places, but he's doing a much better job than the first run, I would say, as he comes around into the last clip and across the line. Hand out the window.
He's going to get black flag by the marshals if he doesn't put that away. Round of applause, Stephen Lynch, ladies and gentlemen. The car, obviously, literally having major surgery an hour ago.
Yep. Fair play. Fair play. We'll have to see if it's an improvement. I just looked for his name. Where are you? Can't find you. But now we got Sergey back on the line.
Yep.
So
Sergey in bonus world here. Obviously, driver coming up from the previous day's shenanigans. Really, I mean, dead made up for Sergey to get a podium in his rookie season. That is really cool. That's always a great thing when that happens. It's like when you see a rookie driver top qualifying or something like that. It's always
it's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. Coming around for his second run, Sergey is going to be sending it hard, obviously coming from Class 2. He knows the layout. He knows what he needs to do as he comes through the inside clip. Now coming around to the outside. Perfect there as he comes and transitions across the track with a 67 on the board. Can he improve on it as he comes through the Mangiali? Little bit shallow there, trying to make it work, but he comes through the last corner now. Very shallow, but manages to get back out wide and across the line. Could potentially be an improvement. It depends on how the judges look at this, but he is definitely happy with that. And obviously, his first time in Class 1, it's a big statement for him. He's having fun.
Yeah, he wants to kick ass and take names, I think. So it's definitely a what's the phrase I'm looking for here? I would say it's definitely a man on a mission is how I would describe it.
Yeah, definitely. Stephen Lynch also going up into 7th place with a 79.
Good showing there from Mr. Lynch. Good showing.
Yeah, that's definitely a good place to be. So now we are just waiting. We only have 3 zeros at the moment. And once again, we got our marshals
4
doing
zeros.
the best.
4
4 zeros, that's the one. So the marshals doing their best to make sure that the track is in good order. So if you're here at the track, please give our marshals a round of applause because they have been doing God's work this weekend in this heat, and without them, we wouldn't be able to do
and in fact, incidentally, the one the camera is on right now, that is Mr. Keith Warren, ladies and gentlemen, who is the longest-standing marshal for the championship.
Yeah, that is amazing, and
so
it's good to see him still with us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, obviously. He's fitting it in round work commitments, so obviously it's a little bit of, he's not at every round, but he is one of the longest standing marshals of the championship, and also so is Dale on the start line. So the guy you see sending the cars, Dale, he's been around for a very, very, very long time, and actually Dale doing the start line on his own now since Matt Edwards got a Battlefield promotion and is now the head marshal.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, so we're just going to have a little bit of a track walk here. We're just checking, make sure that there's nothing weird or slick. Possibly a report from a driver there that we maybe have a little bit of debris down or something such as that. So it is just to make sure essentially that everything is safe for our drivers.
I think they're looking potentially for oil.
Yes, exactly what they're looking for. So if obviously if a vehicle's leaking oil, I don't know if people know this, but oil is slick. That's why they call them oil
the movies
slicks.
are right.
That's why they call them oil slicks. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know? I think James Bond's Aston Martin didn't actually have an oil slick. It was just an old British car. They just claimed it was a feature.
Yeah, it was an old
Yeah.
Japanese four cylinder.
Yeah. No. It was a.
It's an MX-5 engine.
No, I'm thinking about the DB5. The old joke. There's an old joke about those cars. You know,
Oh, yeah.
If there's no oil under a British car, there's no oil in it.
That is true.
Yeah.
At least it's good rust prevention.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No. Old British car has a rusty subframe.
That is very true. Can they just like coat MX-5 sills in that? That might actually solve the issue.
Nothing would solve MX-5 still drawing. You can get an MX-5 out of like some old boy's garage, and it's been like garaged and sheeted up with dehumidifiers inside and outside of it, and it's still rotten.
Yep. And the worst bit is it's from the inside out.
If
So you don't even know.
if somebody claims they've got a rust-free original MX-5,
They're lying.
They've also got a bridge to sell.
They're lying. It's just as simple as that. They are just lying.
It just ain't gonna happen, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. You have to accept that you're gonna have to be a good welder.
Yep.
If you want an MX-5,
I
or you're gonna have to know a good welder.
I actually picked up Jarvis Williams' shell from last season, his MBMX5, and I was having a look around at it. It is in pretty decent condition, but obviously I have started to notice that there is a bit of bubbling in the left the passenger side rear seal.
It's a third-hand drift shell, Brandon.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
Jarvis,
it's not going to be concourse, is it?
I'm coming to you to get it patched.
Not be able to win the show and shine with it, are you? Let's be fair.
Nah, Jarvis, I'm probably going to bring that to you to get it patched at some point. But no,
What, you're gonna take the poor girl back to her ex?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
It's going to be an awkward reunion.
You could buy yourself a super mig and see if you can do it yourself.
I don't have power at my garage.
Not
That's
that
the
hard.
problem.
It's just melty wire.
Yeah, that is true. But I still need power.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or I could buy a Jenny.
Yeah, I wouldn't try and run a MIG welder off of a Jenny.
Yeah, probably
No,
not.
not unless you wanted to not weld.
That is true.
So-
It'll probably just weld the welder.
Yeah, what you're
It'll
probably
implode.
doing is welding the tip of the welder to the wire. So, yeah, not something I would ever advise. But no, we're just going to have a good track walk there. We just need to make sure that we're checking for oil. Oil downs are something we've got to be super careful of. If drivers are reporting any kind of slippiness or strange conditions, it's 100% important that we make sure that there's nothing too untoward. Obviously, the last thing we need is a driver catching oil and ending up in a severe accident. So, yeah, we're having a very, very short break for track damage, and we will just make sure that everything is safe, and then we can release the rest of our drivers for qualifying. So we've seen Joe Smith get back out there. We've seen Chrissy Palmer get back out there. Nerigis is currently, I would imagine, frantically swapping a diff in the pits. In fact, incidentally, it might be a great idea here for the drone to fly into the pits and let us know if we are going to see Nerigis back out. It certainly appears that we may have a fluid spill. Unfortunately, I can see Drew there in the Marty McFly Hilux. That we will we're going to have to get a bit of bit of oil dry. It's fantastic stuff, this, ladies and gentlemen. We ought to buy stock in it. So they are going to just make sure that whatever needs to be picked up or whatever needs to be cleared up is cleared up. This is a very unglamorous part of being a marshal. It's all good to stand back and watch the racing from the best seat in the house. It's very not so good when you've got to pick up patches of oil. So
I've got a bit of news. I've just been one of our lovely management staff, Lee, has just told me that we are having potentially one or two more qualifying runs, and we're just having a quick marshal break. We're going to be having a quick break very soon. So the time now is 1:55, and at 2:15 we're going to be coming back, and we're going to be rerunning cars. So currently we are on a marshal break, and then we'll be coming back at 2:15. So I think we can have a little bit of a hydrate and relax.
Yeah. Did you bring that water?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Good.
So yep.
You've got no idea how dehydrating it is to talk for 8 hours, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
honestly, it is killer.
Yeah.
But yep. So at 2:15 we'll be back very shortly for more qualifying and battles, and then at 2:30 we will be going live on track once again. So I think we are I don't know if we're going to be sending Harry Cunliffe, because I did see him going into the gridding area.
Yeah, I think it may be a full track hold here, because I've just watched Drew and Dale cleaning up an oil spill.
Yeah.
So possibility there. I say if it's an oil down, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. You can't send cars over anything like that. It's too slick. It's too dangerous.
Exactly.
Pembrey will be back with you very, very shortly.
Yep. So let's get it going.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Enjoy the sun, guys. Make sure that you're obviously using your SPF 50. Go and patronise the donut stall on the far side of the track, because I saw all of the judges there.
I went
before
there
the track
earlier.
walk. What? Where are mine?
I mean, It's
No, I'm sorry, that's not on. No, I'm not even sure I want to be anywhere near you right now.
I'll get you some in a
No,
bit.
snakes don't hiss. They get buy donuts. Don't bring any for you.
So we'll get donuts in a bit.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yep, I will pay for them as well.
Oh no, I can't ask you to do that, mate.
Nah,
You haven't got a proper. You haven't got a proper job.
What? Oh right, no. Right, cut his mic. Cut his mic.
I'll cut my own mic.
Right, we'll see you very shortly at about 2:15 for the rest of round 4 action here at Class 1 at Pembrey Circuit for round 4 of Drift League 2026.